Nah, I'm just fucking stupid. Anyways, Bayonetta 2.
Thank you.
I prefer it when she steps on me, not when she calls me daddy, but this is still funny as fuck. Kinda surprised there isn't a boss ranking made on this game, so I decided to fill that hole myself. I know, I'm very naughty. Anyways, Bayonetta 3 is about to come out and the dev explicitly said that everyone should play both the Bayonetta games, so it only makes sense to make a video on the second game. But hey man, I'm wasting time here, and considering how big this video is gonna be, I'ma just do these lesser bosses real quick, like lickety split. What am I saying?
Number 15, Golem. No, I just don't want to talk about it. Like, no. Looking at this footage, holy shit, I'm gonna cry. Number 14, Valiance. I just don't remember anything about this dude except the fact that he had very delayed attacks and you get to lay a beat down on his sword when he's stunned, which is made out of his face, I think. All the rehash Bayonetta 1 bosses, most of them just pop out of nowhere, plus they're the same boss except Bayonetta 1 did him better. Great Beloved. I believe he is another rehash boss, but at least he has many different and epic phases, and even though the actual boss is boring as fuck, the encounters that came before made him pretty memorable. Number 11, Belief. Another boss I remember absolutely jack shit about. Plus, everybody has already accepted Gamora as the first actual boss, so it's best if you just forget about him. Number 10, Fanta. Another boss I remember jack shit about, but at least I remember it was fun fighting it, and look out for those maps. And that pretty much ends our rapid fire round, now that we are in the top 10 officially, even though the number 10 was also a part of the rapid fire round, but you get it. Number 9, the Prophet. I don't like the Prophet, not as a boss and definitely not as a villain. Like, I hate people who just don't shut the fuck up, and this dude is the embodiment of that, and it is all bullshit. Like,
nameless usurper, I am a primordial being.
like, just shut the fuck up, man. Now, my major complaint for this dude is that his moves just come out way too fucking quick. Now, I'm not by any means a Bayonetta expert, but as an average fan, this motherfucker did not let me pull off any combos on him, and all his very hard to read moves just kept on pushing me away. The only real way I dodged his moves was with his second fight is even worse, cause now he has 3 health bars and no checkpoints. Now, not all his moves are that bad, but most of his melee assaults are just terrible, and he's just an annoying boss in general, and thankfully wasn't the finale, even though he did ruin the finale somewhat. More like Loki. Loki is the greatly improved version of the Prophet, because I can finally read his attacks. Maybe that's because his hands are visible and don't pop out of nowhere, I don't know. Now, I would have botched him up a few points because of his story's significance, but this is Bayonetta we're talking about, so nobody fucking plays these games for the story. We play these games for the booty. I mean, now we do, now I give a fuck about the story, but we're talking about 2014 right now, even though this is 2022. Anyways, as for the arena, fighting on precarious architecture which will fall, is falling, or not fighting on anything at all, is something I've seen a lot in Bayonetta before. As for spectacle, it's pretty cool how he grabs an asteroid outside of Earth and then fucking throws it at you, just so Bayonetta can headbutt it with the help of Madama Butterfly. Yeah, typical Bayonetta stuff. Number 7, Aesir. Like I said before, I don't like this character. The major downfall of Aesir is that he shares the personality and moveset of my most hated character in Bayonetta. Like, what is this bullshit he keeps saying? Also, this dude has 2 moves which make you do this tedious QTE to get out of. Like, the first one I can dodge most of the times, but the second one, how the fuck am I supposed to fucking dodge this attack, man? Calm down. Let's talk about the positives. I like almost everything he summons from his space portal, like the World War II fight, planes dropping bombs at you, a fucking satellite which you do throw at him in the end, and the missiles which are like free witch time. Now, I know I'm getting annoying bitching about this guy, but just look at this. Dude's a fucking joke. Compare this finisher to Jubileus. Hell, compare this boss fight to Jubileus. Fucking disgusting excuse of a final boss of Bayonetta. Number 7, Valor. My man has a fucking shield for a head. I feel like he's an upgraded version of Valiance cause he also has a sword head. Now, this dude really be riding his fucking head like a Beyblade. How cool is that, man? This attack is even cooler when all these water geysers are forming. Like shit, look at the amount of spectacle this dude is making by just riding his fucking head. Anywho, you fight him in a seemingly endless building, that is until the plot calls for it to end. Now it suddenly turns into an underwater battle. He gains a spinner attack and another attack where he very nonchalantly throws his fucking head like Captain America and then it comes back to him like a boomerang. This dude can very possibly be the best boss in the most of the games that I've played, and he's only number 6. That indirectly says that the top 6 are pretty much in a league of their own. He also comes back for this jet battle in which the game finally lets me shoot the fucker down. Number 5, Dementia Girl. Man, these people are fucking savage. But I really do love this interaction you have with her. Like, what is this dance? What is this voice acting?
Madama Butterfly, O Cosplunk, Kosai Oz, Nyan Otol, O Baskin Kamala.
Man, there's some El Dante de Demonios shit going on here. Yeah, the fight. Her moves in the first phase are cool as fuck, like these blood claws which she uses to do slashing combos and slams it down to the ground for this really cool looking attack. I don't know what to call this. Also, she can use her tail for long range attack which she uses mostly mid-air, so dodging her, getting witch time, and then not being able to do jack shit on her made me feel like a real dum-dum. The worst part about the first phase is this attack where she burrows her tail to spawn these 2 flower things which you can destroy or let her do it for you. Now Dementia Girl turns into Insane Girl, which is not very surprising considering these guys' attitude. Now the second phase. I don't remember jack shit about it. I pretty much dodged on Gamer's intuition, laid a basic beatdown and got a gold for it. Don't ask me how. I don't know why, but whenever I tried pulling off cool combos on bosses and managed to pull some of them off, I got bronze awards. But when I didn't try at all, I got gold. So yeah, to know about that game. Aw, my favorite pet. Now, Gamora for me is an iconic boss, which doesn't deserve to be this high, but fuck it, I'm biased. What a genius idea of having your best buddy throughout all of Bayonetta 1 turn on you and become the first boss of the game, setting the tone of the game to be a lot more serious. Which is a bunch of bullshit considering how hard I got before fighting Gamora. So, in this battle, both Bayonetta and my favorite Bayonetta pet scale the building, throwing blows at each other, and you as Bayonetta dodged almost everything with ease but still losing cause your pet's health is like 5 times yours. Now Gamora basically does like 3 attacks, bites, slashes, fireballs, but that's not what Bayonetta is about. You're scaling a building while flying, while rain falls with this cool music playing in the background, with the fight only getting more epic as you reach the apex of the building. When Gamora starts sucking in debris and throws it at you, I think, and also did you think I would call Gamora by anything other than Gamora's name? Fuck no, I respect Gamora. So after finally doing in all of Gamora's health bars, you get this very cool screenshot worthy standstill, after which Bayonetta ends Gamora by calling her other pet which has wings, giving it a tactical advantage while falling, thus finally ending Gamora. What a beautiful fight. 9 out of 10 and it's not even top 3. Number 3, Insidious. Is this a sub-boss fight? Cause it sure doesn't look like it considering its placement. This thing has more phases and spectacle than most of these bosses, so yeah, I'll consider it
This mission is easily my favorite. First, have a cool underwater battle with this beautiful beast, and then go inside one of them to fight Lumen Sage, which we'll talk about later. Anywho, you kind of fight this thing's balls, which are its weak spot, which is very relatable. Man, women really do be taking advantage of that. So obviously this thing uses its eyebrows to fight you, and it looks amazing. My favorite attack is this one. Pretty cool, right? Then after you puncture its eye a little, it flies away and throws rocket at you, and I don't know how that's possible, but okay. I don't know how the dev thought this was gonna go, but anyways, next ball. This time around, look out for the laser attacks. So after you legitimately piss it off, it gives Bayonetta a lesson in swallowing by swallowing her. Kind of naughty. I like it. That doesn't last long though. Now you fight the dislocated eye and dodge new attacks, which I can't tell you cause I got way too excited to give it a chance to show him off. But that's life's true lesson. Never get too excited or you may get an illegitimate child. After that you have an Harry Potter battle, and I could only think of naughty things. This ranking got way too fucking sexual. This transition single-handedly lands this boss here. Fuck, what an orgasmic experience. Man, I do hope we get to explore more of the Angel Realm in the third installment, and it would make sense as it would be the hardest journey I believe the writer can find a workaround. Yeah, the boss. Please comment down below how do I get a fucking bow, cause I didn't the entire game, and that makes these bosses way better. Maybe an extension pack sort of thing, I don't know. But for me, this boss was sort of a nightmare to fight. But we don't give a fuck about mechanics of bosses in Bayonetta, we give fucks about spectacle. And this thing has that in spades. You started fighting him in a tsunami nado or water nado, I don't know what you call it. And Bayonetta shows off her surfing skills for like the second time after Septitiazienta, which was more my faves back in Bayonetta 1. Anyways, I can imagine this boss being less frustrating if I had a bow, but for me, I had to wait for him to come to me to lay a beat down and randomly bash buttons whenever he was fucking around. Thankfully, besides fighting him, you have to dodge all these different pieces of architecture, like this one inside of the Sutornado, which he breaks into pieces to reveal the white light, and man, this is one of the most iconic moments in Bayonetta for me. So after fighting a lot of glamours, you have to fight plot armored glamour, who has a naughty boy inside of him. So because I lost the footage, I fought him again and realized, bow or not, I would still suck at fighting him. But I got better. The most memorable attack he's got is his rage-fueled consecutive psychotic slash attack, and it feels good when you dodge all of them. Then bad cause you can't capitalize on the punish window, cause you waste time reaching him. It would have been better if I had the bow. Still cool fight. Amazing spectacle.
I'm not a fan of getting wrapped up in domestic disputes.
And I'm not a fan of you, cunt. My god, he's so fucking cool. Mass Lumen doesn't disappoint. So first, let's talk about Balder. It feels like he started the whole rehashed bosses thing in the game, cause after him you fight a lot of rehashed bosses, but Acia is the only one you fight for the first time. So in my opinion, he doesn't add anything to this ranking, nor subtracts it. Now, fighting the Lumen Sage felt like fighting a Bayonetta. He can do what Bayo can do, and Bayo has done a lot of men. So obviously, he's a femboy, who Bayo calls Daddy. The main draw of both the encounters are the summons. First, you fight Sage, all alone, and then they call upon their respective Pokemon to fight, and just look at the utter pandemonium on display here. Which game can do something as crazy as this for like the fourth boss of the game? The only drawback is that cause you're fighting Sage, you can't focus on the mecha battle going on in the background. But then you start flying and then you join the background. But before that, you replace Pokemons. fuck, he's gonna hit me.
Oh, yeah, baby! That's what I've been waiting for.
The Pokemons can interfere with your battle, so look out for them, even though they mostly fight one another. So after that, you have a small mecha boss battle to cap off the first battle. Then you fight him inside Insidious, and look at that, gorgeous, isn't it? Anyways, in this fight, he starts combining his attacks with Pokemons, and it also occasionally turns into an alpha, which he is. Look at how smooth these animations are, man. I am so hyped for Bayonetta 3. When he hits second phase, these guys summon Pokemons just to make the background look more live than it already is. Man, Septitizentia was like my second favorite boss, and now it's a mere henchman to this dude. That is until it turns into a boss later like all his other summons. Not a good decision, but it is a good decision to counter him and feed him to your Pokemon, which it throws out because his flesh is not up to the mark. Also, this time around, Septites can and will shoot fireballs at you, so look out for that. Anyways, in the finale, Septites shoots missiles at you, but Bayo's Pokemon screams very hard, thus deflecting them, and also deflects the lasers using its horns, and that leads to the Insidious imploding. Please do something like this again. So that's pretty much it. This game belongs on so many different devices. So yeah, if you stuck through for the entire video, thank you. Like the vid so more people can watch this vid, and remember to play both the Bayonettas, or at least see why it is worth it without wasting more of your time. I'll be peacing out.
Daddy.
Thank you.